This is day 541 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. If you'd like to sponsor a coming share or more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please kindly direct me. Very greatly appreciated. Today we're doing Siman Shinchav Daled Vav to Shinchav Hey Beis. Please see more. Them seem to be getting a bit shorter as you come to the end of the Shabbos. Seems that way. I don't know if it's true. Okay, Vav. Okasav Sham Rambam. Hamursan Abba B'Shein Royal Gibul. Bran, even though you really can't need it, and governor, so you shouldn't need it. Because then you might come to need dirt and similar stuff. So put water on bran and and you can take the spoon and put it and draw it across Shiva Arab like an X. But you should not stir around with your hand, so it shouldn't look like lush. You notice our but it's still not mixing that way. You can pour it from vessel to vessel until it gets mixed. Notice you can put it in front of the more sun in front of chickens or in front of oxen. More sun, and you can mix the bran al derech zeh in this manner in one vessel, and then distribute among several vessels. They call behemo. They put in front of each and every animal. You can mix in one vessel, even a core, even two core. End quote from the Rambam. That's what he says. Pull the spoon in the shape of an X. It sounds like even a lot of times. Rashi. Only one X, one direct, one each way. The Bir Alocha says that Beises and Bach say that several times it's okay, which means that they're passing like Rambam over Rashi. Din Mursan Kamokali. Mursan is like toasted grain. Which is Bar Sham, like explained there. The Kali Mutzal Gabel Mat. You can mix toasted grain little by little. By the bran, it's the same thing. The Mishnah says it doesn't make difference if you need a lot or little by little, which seems to be a kula. But that Shlobi Rambam the Rosh says that which the Rambam does not explain, that these are similar. The Kali Shul Adam could be that because toasted grain, which is for human being, die b'mat mat. A little bit is enough. You need a lot of bran to feed an animal. If you do it slowly, it's going to take you a long time. So therefore, the Rambam says that here you can do Shesiva Arab several times over, or other eights is like pouring from keli to keli in order to get it done quickly. You can only do whatever he needs for today, no more. This is obvious. Even a quarter or two quarters as he has a lot of animals. Zion calls the Shita Sarama is the Rambam's opinion. Avashita Saraivish Kosavnu Sham, when Rabbit of April that even ashes have kneading. God, but more saying bran also has kneading. That's a taste to say, but true, less mark. Bad Rabban, the country, Be'elu needs it's more chomer because they don't mix properly. So therefore, in the Sina Smaim, so when we put the water in it, then of itself is said to be the kneading. The Ram also take Maim got made more some Shabbos because we were not allowed to put any water on bran on Shabbos. And that which more says you make an X. That's when the water is put there before Shabbos. For Rosh Hashanah, the Rosh Hashanah said the Rambam that you are allowed to mix more sun and There's the minhag of the world to mix bran with water in the appropriate, slightly different way. Mr. Bura, though, says noagim lahachmir. So machlekes here. I think it's always also ava, where you're making a large, a thick porridge. But if it's thin, so then I don't think any of this would be a problem. Anyway, but the Arukh HaShulchan says, you put water into the bran, and you make the X's. It's appropriate for a Yeshua to be careful about this. It's the other Rishonim seems to it's a malacha. Okay, so he's also machmer. More than Mishnah Berurah. He prefers you do it by a non-Jew. Perhaps the same as Mishnah Berurah. Mishnah Berurah writes, because Chai Adam says that you do Bashas Atchak by a non-Jew, but with a Shinui. Double whammy. Non-Jew by a Shinui. Also does not require a Shinui by a non-Jew. Ches, Kaimla, we hold, the Shavi Uchla Mashvinon. To make something food, we can make it. To toil with food, we cannot toil. Biyad Valim, what does it mean? Yesh mini Ochle Bein Mashim Yitlu La Kamush Shilo Tuchal Ochlam. There are types of animal fodder that if you give the animal Kamoshahi, you give it to him as is, Lo Tuchal Ochlam, it can't eat it. Can't digest it, can't digest it. Well, conscience shows Shibonim like the straw of stalks, which are tied together in 2 or 3 places. And you have to unloose the knots. The Shulchan should be able to eat it. That's called making it into food. The Mishnah says by 3 it's usher. I'm not sure what's usher. I guess usher to undo the ties. I don't know. But there are those that it can eat. But we add any toil, it's going to get better. Like to rub with one's hands very well in the straw, so I guess it gets softer. Shabbos can't do it on Shabbos. They came into Royal Achila, since it's suitable to eat as is. We can't make the effort of the to fix it and make it better, improve it. Which you allow you to open the knots, because it's not a permanent knot. Because they're untied every day. There are those who say you can't untie it unless it's definitely not a permanent knot. It's a slip knot. But if it's double knotted, also Shabbos now to undo it in Shabbos, because it's also a kesher shokama dulai hayadaito shenunchu kach zman rab. Maybe his intent was they should remain in this state for a long time. Mishnah says Adina ein lo hakel. Test v'chein eitzim shekosim inolim, wood which is trapped from a tree. Some people feed this wood. I guess it's a small branches. When it's still moist. You can undo them and rub them in order to give them to eat. In this case, rubbing is permitted. Because the twigs are not suitable to eat unless you rub them. Therefore, it's making food, it's permissible. You can also cut gourds cutting them, can't eat. The question is by tough gourds. The racking, if they're soft gourds, the animal can eat them as is. It's only if they're put out of the ground yesterday. But the located if not, have a muktzah, but still attached to the ground. Beinash Moshe says it's muktzah, just like raisins and dates. But the Afra Shimon raisins and figs. The Afra Shimon Shimon also concedes the point of this. Beinash Moshe, since they are connected during twilight, the diamond is if you push the arm off deliberately with your hands. This is why it's mentioned in class. The have a gamma of Shimon muktzah. The Shimon also can see the point on this type of muktzah. You can cut up a carcass in front of dogs. They cannot eat without the cutting. And by the vela, today on Shabbos it's mutzah. It doesn't have to mean the vela from Beinash Moshe. The kind of Rabbi Shimon, because Rabbi Shimon lays the muktzah. It doesn't hold this becomes muktzah. But let me buy myself on my yom. And this is of course true when it was sick for him before Shabbos began to die to love because his mind is on it. Shetamut said he's going to die. If he's not in a club and he's going to put it in front of the dogs. I feel like it's a bria mi even if it was healthy for him before Shabbos began. Because you never push the alive animal off deliberately as you would do with grogros and simukim. Yeshua says the rabbi will say it's not clear. Maybe it is muktzah. Sharatzian says the b'cholik tzatz people. I guess if the animal had like a head cold or a headache, then it is definitely muktzah. Shimon. because there's at least some dots on it. You back to Arukh HaShulchan. Definitely a kosher she'ef tribal hembelochatich. It's specifically about a tough carcass, but it's not possible to eat unless it's cut up. I feel even though it's possible for the dogs to eat them with difficulty in this situation, you're allowed to cut them. But if it's suitable for them in an expanded way, in a way which is not difficult, without being cut, but by cutting it's better for them, for the dogs. Also, let's cut them. The mitzvah roy, that because toiling with food which is suitable as is, we do not do. We previously talked about the issue of tochen and grinding stuff in front of the chickens. Brackets ayin taz sifkan dal the shatamadi very much madini mo. Okay, let's not going to understand without doing the task we have from inside. You can't cut vegetables in front of an animal, whether it's a sheep or a sheep or or on the other hand, a cow, a bull, and also carrots. Mr. Buddha says if they're really tough carrots, then they're not suitable at all unless they are cut. Then it's mutter because that's part of making food. But if they're at all possible to eat, then you can't cut them because that's tircha, it's toiling with the food. Because they're suitable to eat without being cut up. So you'll be explaining you're allowed to put the food directly in the mouths of the chickens. You also crumble for them bread. So they can eat. Famous grinding, there's no grinding after grinding. It's already bread. Which I have a serious shin chavalov. A person can put his animal on by the grass pasture so that it should eat. I'm not considering you're going to come and pluck out the stuff yourself in order to feed it. That which animals allowed to eat from that which is connected to the ground. So he explained. Why are we not considering the person himself will pluck for himself and eat it? Since it's a primary prohibition. He's not going to stumble in this way. But therefore on grass, which is muktzah, because it was plucked today by human hands, he can't put his animal there. Because we're afraid it's going to take in his hands and feed it. It's a relatively light isser. It's specifically to stand over it. It's also where we're talking about muktzah grass. You're allowed to go change positions all the time, so it's led in that place. Saying some this relates to its eating. In this case, you're not afraid. You're going to take it in your hands and feed it. Because it's not standing literally next to her. You gimel. You take food in front of a donkey. Even no put in front of an ox. An ox eats from the leftovers of a donkey. We can't take the leftovers of an ox. Put in front of a donkey. Because the donkey does not eat from the leftovers of an ox. Because the ox, when he eats, it drips saliva, and the food becomes disgusting even to donkeys because of that saliva. The donkey's not eating. And that would be carrying something which is not suitable for us Shabbos, and that's forbidden. Even though the ox will eat that which even though the donkey will eat that which an ox ate from, and when it is quite hungry, that's not considered to be normal eating. Some people mark it also by other animals. Mishnah the Chachamim say not to protest those who know you can't there. That more to rely unless we're talking about species which it's known that they become disgusting when they are when the original animal has them because of the rearing, like by the ox, and the other species rejects them, even though it's put in front of them. Okay, so back to Arukh V'yesh Machmirin. There are those who machmir, but b'shamir as well, behemoths and other types of animals. To take from one animal and put it from another animal, shenamina, which is not of its species. But if you know that other species will eat them, mutter it's permissible. Personally, you're not allowed to clean out a trough in front of an ox which you're fattening. But then if we grow by those tables and it's normally a weekday, you would clean it out. Shabbos also, if you even if the trough is a vessel, because you're faithing you're going to come and clean out a trough on the ground, which can lead you to a prohibition. It might even out holes. Which is a liability of bona. Plus, the guy decides to tell me in front of the you also can remove straw from front of the animal to the sides. Because the straw is become repulsive after the ox has partaken of it. Then it's not suitable to eat. If you muktzah, it is muktzah, but also till not allowed to be carried. Now people do actually clean out the trough of a horse. Now, grief of ma'at, there's not much to clean out. But it's not like an ox being fattened where there's a lot to peel out. Clean out. But let's say besides us, we don't have troughs which are in the ground. Okay, that's so you don't make a decree that on account of perhaps you have an abus on the ground because it's not prevalent by us. Okay, it's ball brackets here, which is not going to help us out in any way, shape, or form. Let's go on to Shin Chav Hey. Shin Chav Hey, have to get the base. You're allowed to invite a non-Jew to eat with you on Shabbos. Avagav the Yontif also as we know. Yontif you may not. Unless he comes on his own. So the Simon Tov Kuf you base. We'll get to that question of how you can, whether and how you can invite a goy to eat in your house on Yontif. So it becomes particularly an issue with people in the process of converting. When we get to Tov Kuf you base. And why is it? What's the problem? You're afraid you're going to add on to what you're cooking. Shabbos anyway, you can only invite him for what's prepared for the day before. There is no issue in malacha. And if the concern is that you're going to toil, it's the toil, malacha is permissible because of darkei shalom. I forgot, I think, to say the title of the simmer, which is Din Eni Yehudi Lazmana Shosam Malacha Bado. Halacha of non-Jew to invite him, and when you did malacha for him. Now, I said, as we get the end of the Shabbos, the simmer get shorter, it seems, but not this one. This is 32 sifim. Base. Umutalitain lechem ani ena Yehudi. Allowed to give bread to a non-Jewish poor person. I'm standing in the courtyard where you can carry the mitzvah lane, finally sending aim. It's for us to sustain their poor, impoverished. Maybe he's going to take out food to Shus Rabbi. The object which belongs to a Jew is carried on Shabbos, from private domain to public domain. You're not giving him what the condition takes out, and that was the case, indeed, it'd be also. Come aboard Yerushalmi. And the Yerushalmi says, don't give a non-Jew. I'm not supposed to say something which he's going to take out. Not to be asa, but if he took it and went out without you giving him directions, and it's not a problem. And since here he goes out on his own, it's not a problem. Now it's his, non-Jews, not the Jews. And we gave it to him, not telling him to move out, because he could be in here right here in the chutzner. Therefore, in the Jewish loyal it's definitely not going to eat here. He can't eat here. He won't be able to finish here. Or an object which is not edible. But according to the you know by definition, subsidy creation. It's going to take him out. Also, Taylor Shabbos now, in those cases, to give it to him on Shabbos.